Hello, for those who don't know me, my name is Eric McCarthy. I've been playing Magic for a while, and I'm a pretty well-known guy in my area. Also one of, I'm sure, a few autistic adult people who play this game and have been to the tour and play at a fairly high level. This is my latest build of Grixis Threats, which we are trying because the Mythic Championship has recently completed, and as a result, there has been a resurgence in Nexus of Fate decks, which some of you probably like. I think they are kind of a cancer on the game. I think their existence is a result of tremendous bungling on the part of Wizards to even allow a card such as Nexus of Fate to be standard legal. And on top of that, to make it a commodity and artificially rare by making it a buy a box promo. I think a tremendous amount of things were done wrong here. And while I can agree that I like the game, I think it's still perfectly reasonable to be irritated with the company who produces it when they make such short-sighted decisions based on financial incentive. That being said, we're seeing a lot of this deck now, and you really can't beat it without a pretty persistent clock. I was playing Grixis Control to a good amount of success because about half of the field in my matchups online seemed to be a Bant, Ramp, something. They're all slightly different. Some win with mass manipulation, some win with the White Weenie Finality card, but they all essentially are 12 mana dorks and broken things. Because Standard has essentially become modern, Nissa and the inclusion of a 1 mana accelerant has created a lot of game states where turn 3 you lose and there's no counterplay. Another way in which Wizards has tremendously dropped the ball is they essentially did turn Standard into modern with this set. The Nissa problem is a very real one, but it is not the only one. It has been said by many pro players, people with much more accolade than I, that Nissa is the most broken thing you can be doing in Magic right now, and casting it on turn 3 is just a free win. See BBD, Apollo, LSV, and countless others. This is a concession to the fact that the Nexus deck is back, and you can't really play decks that aren't actively developing the board. Whereas Discovery Dispersal is in the control version of Grixis, you here have a lot of interesting hedges. So we have Dreadhorde Butcher, Legion Warboss, Nico Bolas, one of Liliana because Excellence Binding is making a comeback, and you do need a certain diversity of threats, 3 Dragon God, and these are our primary game enders. Butcher and Legion Warboss do a great job at asserting dominance over Narset and Little Teferi by keeping their lives miserable. They both have to provoke usually a card-for-card response. You do not have to play them into Kaya's Wraths. You can just put one out and let it do its work. The Singleton Hostage Taker is in here because, frankly, I love this card, and there should probably be more than one in the 75, but we're trying it out. Bedevils are great. Bedevil helps you get around people who are main decking Immortal Sun, which a lot of the Gruul lists are starting to, and it's just a great catch-all. Angress Rampage allows us to potentially survive the dreaded turn 3 Nissa by wiping out Nissa on our turn 3 and hopefully being able to recover with something like a Ritual of Set from our sideboard. The one moment of craving is so that we don't auto-die to a Danto Vanguard if we can find it. Similarly, the Lava Coil is so we don't auto-die to Rekindling Phoenix. Shocks are to try to help us fight back the Weenie Tide. These were originally Duresses, but I feel like Shock is pretty well positioned. It gets Legion Warbosses, it gets Thief of Sanities, it gets Dreadhorde Butchers, it gets Precinct Hero, and sometimes just finishes off a walker like a Teferi when they do a tuck and they think they're safe. It also, importantly, gets Biogenic Ooze, which is now being played again because the Nexus decks have come back. So if you're ever in a match against one of those decks, do leave your Shocks in. Do not sideboard them out. I know it seems counterintuitive, but they are going to bring in all of their Biogenic Oozes, and you're going to want to be able to always leave a red up and cut them off of that play. They will probably be bringing in Thorn Lieutenants as well. Ingress Rampage makes that card feel very silly. Very silly indeed. We also have a pretty good mana base here. We still have 3 singletons in case the Field of Ruin Casualty War deck is out there trying to eat your deck. We do still have a pretty good sideboard here. 2 negates in the main. Disdainful Stroke gets both everything in the Nexus deck, really, that you care about. It gets Wilderness Reclamation, or it gets the Biogenic Ooze. We are in Grixis, so we are kind of a dog to these matchups that rely on enchantments. This deck may not be in the greatest position right now as a result of that. It might be better to move towards Esper Hero and having some definite number of Desparks and Mortifies in your main. We also have Duresses to bring our discard count up to 7. Another Moment of Craving for the Adanto and the Life Gain matchups. Mono red, of course. 2 Enter the God Eternals. This is decent against Gruul. This is good against mono white. This is good against mono red. Basically, any creature strategy is not going to like you 2 for winning them. Ritual of Soot is for the Bant matchups and the Gruul matchups. Another Lava Coil for any time we suspect Rekindling Phoenix is going to be at the party. The Immortal Suns are part of a swap-out plan I have for the Dreadhorde deck, where we take out a couple Planeswalkers, bring in a couple Immortal Suns, and hold their board down with Ritual of Soot, and hope the Immortal Sun gets the job done, combined with a Legion War Boss, for example. And the Elder Spells, because you know this meta, you got to have at least 2 Elder Spells, and it does allow for the rare instant win condition with Dragon God or Liliana. So all those things being said, let's try this Grixis Threats deck. We haven't played this in a while, and see how it goes. It will probably go badly. Will it go badly? Yeah, it will go badly. Hey, someone's been watching The Flash. This is a typical and very good draw, and of course an auto keep for no one. Alright. Couldn't get there without the Shockland. Normally I would keep this because 4 mana is super where I want to be. And it is the second black source to activate Bedeviled, but we don't know what is coming up at the moment, and we have all the mana we need. There could be some argument there to play the Sulphur Falls, but so it looks like we're playing some variation of Esper. So we can expect maybe a Cast Down or a Thought Erasure here. Oh, he's probably just got the Oath of Kaya, which is fine. We almost got our range. Life was almost magical. Wonderful. Perfect. Boy, would a threat be nice right now. He's probably going to get that Oath of Kaya back, which is exceptionally bad for us.
Here we go.
Oh, he's just going to walk off a cliff. That's also fun. Nice knowing you, buddy. Always hated you. Bell Haunts. Yeah, I guess we pitched the shock. What a shame. I'd love to cast both, but if we cast Lava Coil, what do we pitch if he Bell Haunts us again? Ugh. Liliana? Ugh. Do we play the War Boss? Potentially get the Yeah. I don't know. I hope we don't get Bell Haunted again. I guess we pitch the War Boss?
Right on schedule. I've got time.
Okay, so a mana would be good here. And then we could Rampage and War Boss. This seems fine. Well, I guess we'll do whatever's left. Huh. So he's choked on removal. We probably just kill Teferi before he gets any value out of it. If we keep going card for card with him, and we can dodge Command the Dreadhorde.
I won't hide from the world any longer.
Well, Bedevil would be an ideal top deck here. So I think we're just going to be shields down to the Bellhaunt here. This means that if we draw land, we could slam Liliana, but if they Bellhaunt and we draw land, we're going to feel very bad. Either way, we're pretty pinched here. I don't think there's a lot we can do. Yeah, I think we're just going to end up losing to the Teferi. This draw just did not quite pan out.
No time for a break.
He played too many Planeswalkers and we did not draw the answers. And he's got Command the Dreadhorde. In 3, 2, 1. Goodbye.
I can no longer stand by and watch.
This is a very degenerate card as well. Another example that the people who design Magic are not thinking three-dimensionally when it comes to the cards they print. You should not print a one-card combo for Standard, where you just cast it and win. If you do, the card should be exorbitantly expensive and require a ramp strategy to be effective, like Mass Manipulation. It should not just be 6 mana, easy to cast, I win the game. And it is not only ignorant, but idiotic. Idiotic to the point of it being hateful. So primarily this deck is a 12 to 14 Planeswalker deck with Basilica Bellhaunt jammed in. So trim a couple of these, bring in a couple of Suns. Shock doesn't look like it's doing any work here. Coil is fine, if not exciting. You bring out Coil for Enter the God Eternals. We definitely have to bring in the Elder Spells. Maybe we don't care about killing that card. I guess we just trim something? I guess. These draws just may not be good enough to show a real good match unless he is similarly drawing bad. We did have to mulligan last game, which that one card was actually pretty instrumental. That's unfortunate. We have the thought erasers to get some looks, try to get our mana, but this is a pretty unfortunate series of events here. So I assume we take the Bell Haunt. No, we take the Teferi, right? Take the Bell Haunt if our second thought eraser goes off. Wow. That's not good. Now we know we have Immortal Sun on our deck. Wow. We're just getting beat by the deck itself, huh? Well, you got Othukaya, so nope. We didn't cut lands, right? Pretty sure we didn't cut lands? No. It's pretty nice. Plus one card, minus one permanent on his side. It is going to immediately get Elder Spell, of course. Getting rid of Othukaya and Legion War Boss is going to be a lot better. We were just hoping we didn't see a different Elder Spell combination. That would have been pretty dangerous bad for us. Ah, what a shame. Okay. Still have a pretty dominant board position here. A board wipe does not do it. This gives us the Bolas flip. I think that should be pretty definitive.
My power is boundless.
You just string back a god, right? I don't know. You know what we do? We bring back the Bell Haunt to take his card. This insulates us from an Elder Spell. There's sometimes the danger of overextending that combo where you use the god to get the dragon god back, and you just get top deck Elder Spell, then you're back at 0. Well, I mean, you're up one card with that play, but it's still not ideal. Okay, so that went pretty well. I read some articles that suggest you board out one land when you're on the draw in these sort of controlling matchups. So I think we're going to do that. We'll bring the Rampage back in. It kind of does everything we need it to do. The only thing it's bad against is the hero, and we haven't seen a hero yet. That deals with our Bell Haunt problem and deals with virtually every planeswalker he can play. There is some danger that he jukes us with something unexpected. Like Thief of Sanities, for example, would be pretty backbreaking with how light our removal is. We're just going to have to hope here. Turn 2 Thought Erasure. Negate back up. is pretty good. Wow. Man, if he thought erasers me, he's going to be sad. Nope. Well, we have the negate for Command the Dreadhorde. Huh. Well, he's got us pinned down now. One more land would be nice. That works. So he has 5, 6, he has 8 mana. Worst case scenario is he thought erasures and then commands. Well, we'll see. This might just go all the way. One more turn. And now he dies. All right. We put him against multiple threats. Put him behind the gate. And just waited him out. That was kind of the goal with constructing this deck. To be a weaker overall strategy in terms of being a scalpel, but to be a broad deck that can apply pressure from multiple angles and potentially win the games that way. That was a great example of that strategy. Let's open a pack.
Gideon Jura,
Hey.
at your service.
Know what to do with you, but in some future deck you may be useful. Alright, let's try one more. We're probably going to get our butt kicked, but we'll try one more. I tend to think Grixis has the tools to have an advantage over ESPER, but that's not always the case, especially now that they're playing more Ixalan's bindings and stuff like that. Enchantment removal has always been the weakness of these decks, and I don't believe bringing in Ugin is a reasonable plan to deal with them. A 6-mana disenchant is not what you want to be with games like this. We will keep every double thought erasure hand we can cast. And just hope he doesn't go elf into Nissa. Well, I guess now he can't. Because we'd have his Nissa. Yeah. Hero, then Narset. Ooh, we want that. That'll take care of future big Tef and any little Tef that may proliferate in the interim. Goodbye. Not with Tyrant Scorn sitting in his hand. Do we play into it to get rid of it, to play through, or what? Don't know what the play is here. Maybe he misses his step? Yeah, let's hope he misses his step. He did.
I have practiced meditate and prepare.
Okay, so now do we just go Bolas? What do we do here? We could Bolas. He discards a land. He has to answer it. We could Ingress Rampage this. That feels really low impact.
So much commotion.
This gives us the chance that he just down-ticks Narset. Narset dies, so we don't have to worry about that as a choice for Rampage. And then just plays Big Teferi. You can't really tuck because there are two targets here. So it dies either way. He probably just draws a card. There you go,
Let's
little
slow
Tef.
this
We know he
down.
has double Big Tef.
No,
That's the
I am
token.
not making this up as I go.
We kill the little Tef.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
Do we play Dragon God, or do we let him drop Tef and that first? We get a card out of Dragon God now. He's going to minus this. If we play Bolas, he's going to minus on the other. Yeah. Give him too many targets to minus.
We were gods once. I am one again.
We just have to hope he doesn't have the
My
Elder spell?
intellect is without limit.
We're getting into the danger zone with Teferi, Elder Spell, and immediate tick-ups. So he might actually
I'm
plus
known
here,
for my excellent. We need to move quickly.
not knowing that we have a million answers to him right now. Yeah, we had him pretty locked down. As I said, the ESPER matchup is pretty good. I know people don't believe me, but I do think it's pretty good. What did we take out last time? Shocks, Moment of Craving, Lava Coil. a butcher. And, oh, right, we're on the draw. Island? I wonder if we should leave a lava coil in for the hero. Lava coil or ritual? Ritual solves the problem later, but if it's gone that long, we're probably dead anyway. Lava coil is an immediate answer that also can get the bell haunt. I'd rather take that than this and have it just be bell haunt and have a shock stranded in my hand. And this just costs too much for this matchup. It's not. I don't think it's where you want to be most of the time. Yeah, we've got a turn 2 thought erasure. We've got to find a second black source. We had a turn 2 thought erasure. We've still got to find a second black source. Yeah, okay, well. If it's Narset or Little Tef, we're negating it. Yep. 100%. That is real bad for us. Really needed black sources. We have most of our hand is dead. He's going to take the only live card we have. Yeah. I think we just lose to the deck here. There is no room for misplays here. We just kind of drew the wrong order of things, and now we're going to die. This is probably just going to get Elder Spelled. Or negated. Ooh, yeah. Nothing I can do there but make him have it. We get to draw a card, we get to Elder Spell it.
I am not. Hurry!
I don't know why they're counting our mana.
I really should have seen that coming.
Now we're in the situation that's worse for this deck, because we're top decking. So he is running into the God Eternals, okay. Maybe I should have went greedy and run that. Yeah. Oops, nope, stop that. Pretty sure we're dead here. Pretty much any Planeswalker at this point, or command. Yeah. It's a lot more creature heavy than I would have expected. Yeah. That's what happens. We did draw 8 or 9 lands there, which was pretty unpleasant. So he is still running Lava Coil. Or, Hero. I guess we'll cut these. I'll leave one of them. I'll bring in and enter. Yeah, I'll leave 2 of them. I still want things to Hector Little Tef. Does disdainful stroke do anything in this matchup? No, leave that. Leave the negates in. It's just another counter spell, right? Huh. No pressure, nothing but reaction. Why don't we have the London Mulligan online? Anyone? This is a pretty bad hand. And having the mulligan. Not liking our odds here. Hoping he down
You
ticks.
show remorse. I'll show restraint. Let's
Why
try
don't they
this.
ever down tick anymore?
Stop that. Now. Here goes nothing.
Wow. It's pretty bad for us.
I am a god once again. Inconceivable. Witness a
Probably
mote
plays
of
big
my
tough bounce.
power.
That's the worst line for us.
That's more like it. Right on schedule. You know what? I'm
No
not done
bounce.
yet.
Okay.
My revenge will be painful.
Did not see that coming.
You just let me know if you're up for round 2. Enough!
Now, even if he oaths it,
I got it.
Time Rattler is dead. Are you supposed to let us draw before that? Nope. You fail. Hope you didn't like that last card.
I suppose that's how it was meant to happen.
God, I hope it's Command the Dreadhorde. One land away from flipping. Wow. Well, we played through. And that apparently is the Esper matchup. I guess that's all we're going to get to see today. It's almost been like an hour with those couple matches. But I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, thanks for watching.